Hey everyone, this is Treanna with Keller Williams Premier, and with us today is my business partner Soumen, who you won't be seeing because he's behind the camera. And alongside of me today we have the lovely Edie Short with us from Finance of America. So thank you for coming here today. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. So my name is Edie Short. I'm a mortgage advisor at Finance of America Mortgage.
Nice. So where is your office located?
Our office is located here in Hamilton at 3685 Quaker Bridge Road.
Awesome. So we could start by maybe telling us a little bit about your company, Finance of America.
So Finance of America is a direct lender, which means that we lend our own money. We do have the option to broker loans out, but mostly it's done where we're lending the money at the closing. So all of our processing and underwriting is done in-house.
Awesome, that sounds great. So today we are going to discuss about some tips on getting a mortgage when you are buying a home. Obviously, we always recommend to start your home buying journey with a trusted real estate agent like myself, who can guide you through the process and also help you get in touch with the great mortgage lenders like Edie from Finance of America. So let's start off with a couple questions for you. Now, how can I qualify for a mortgage?
So there are some basic things that need to be done in order for you to be able to fill out an application. The first thing is that you need to have a valid social security number.
Right.
You need to have been working here and residing here in the US for the last 2 years and have filed your tax returns for the last 2 years.
Okay.
So those are just a couple pieces of the basics. Whether or not you qualify for the mortgage is going to depend on your income, your assets, and your credit.
All right, so that kind of answers the other question I had with where do I start to get a mortgage? So add on to that maybe a little bit?
I totally will, because
Sure.
where you need to start is talking to a lender, so you'll give us a call.
Yeah, that's the first step.
That's the first step, and we'll guide you through. We'll walk you through everything that you need to do and explain and answer all of your questions.
Awesome. Let's get into this a little bit. How do I get a first-time homeowner's loan?
So that's a great question, because there is a myth that a first-time home buyer is somebody who has never owned a home, and that is not true.
Right.
The fact is that as long as you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, you can get a first-time home buyer's
Right, that's what I thought,
loan.
3 years. If it's
Yep.
not 3 years, then you can still do
Yes.
first-time homeowners. That's great, that's good to know. How much income do I need for about a $250,000 mortgage?
So this is somewhat of a loaded question, because you could have several $250,000 homes where the payment is different because of the taxes and the insurance.
Right.
So I'm just going to kind of, a $250,000 home, if your homeowner's insurance is $900 a year and your property taxes are $7,000 a year, your payment's going to be about $2,100 a month. So the rule of thumb is that your total monthly debts should not exceed 45% of your gross income. Okay? So somebody who has absolutely no debt, they would be in the ballpark of about $56,000 a year as far as income goes to get them into that $250,000.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's the best case scenario.
Yes, it is.
So let's see. Well, that kind of gets us into this, but can I get a mortgage without a job?
You cannot.
No. Okay. I think that's a pretty obvious answer, but it's good for everybody to kind of just know that now.
Absolutely.
How can I increase my chances of getting a mortgage?
I think awareness is really important. I find that a lot of people have not really looked at their credit themselves. And you can go on to annualcreditreport.com and pull a free credit report every year.
Okay.
And it's good for consumers to look at that information, because you'd be surprised at how much reporting is not accurate.
Yeah. Can you repeat that again, that where you can pull the free credit?
Annualcreditreport.com.
Awesome, yes. Go on there once a year,
Yes.
check free credit report.
Yes, exactly.
That's good to know.
Yes, so I think it's just a matter of being aware, informing yourself, and being prepared to answer questions and provide documentation.
Yep, a lot of documents.
Yes, don't try not to be frustrated when we're asking a million questions. We're doing it because we want you to get into your home.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, so this is kind of a similar question, but this is good to know for some people that are out there that may have went to college and now they're starting their first real full-time job. Can I get a mortgage if I just started a brand new job?
So that's interesting because you're mentioning college, and you can actually use college as like employment history.
Oh,
so we would
wow.
ask for a transcript, and, you know, if they're getting a job in their field.
Okay.
So now there are circumstances where it's a little sticky. If you're an hourly wage earner or a salaried wage earner who's now going into a commissioned income job, that would not really jive.
Okay.
Just because commissioned income or, you know, a 1099 type income, we
Right.
need to average out. It's an uncertain amount every
is.
month. So we have to average out the last 2
Yeah,
years.
because it can fluctuate.
Yes, yes.
For sure. How long do you need to be at a job to get a mortgage?
So we need a 2-year history.
Okay.
It does not necessarily have to be at the same job,
Right.
but it depends on what you're coming from and going to, or what the jobs have been.
Right.
But we definitely need a 2-year history.
Okay, 2-year history. Good. Is it hard to get a mortgage if you are self-employed?
I don't want to say it's hard, but when you're a self-employed person, you get to write off a lot of expenses.
That's true.
Now, on the flip side of that, when you're doing that and you're going to get a mortgage, we can only use the income after, you know, we're looking at the tax returns and we're determining income from that.
Right.
So sometimes, most of the time with self-employed people, you find that they're really making more money than what they're reporting.
Right.
But we can only use what they're reporting.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay. Should I get pre-approved before I start looking for a home?
Absolutely.
And this is something that I also recommend to all of my clients. Before we start looking and wasting your time, let's get a pre-approval.
Most definitely. You don't want to start looking for a home and you find your dream home and that's not what you qualify for.
Right.
Or you sold yourself short
Yes.
and missed out on your dream home because you really could qualify for that and don't know. So
you may think you qualify for less, but then you really want to speak to the lender, because if you qualify for more, you may want the bigger house.
most definitely.
For sure. Yeah,
Yes.
we definitely agree on that one. That's an obvious yes.
Yes.
I guess this is kind of like what we just talked about, but why do realtors ask for a pre-approval?
They need to know what price homes they're looking
shopping
for.
with.
Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
I think that ties in with
Yeah, I
the
can
whole
definitely-
affordability piece that we just talked about.
And as a realtor, I mean, my response to that would be I'm asking them for pre-approval to make sure that we're on the right track and we're starting the process correctly. And we have their best interest, so we want to make sure that they're getting everything done that they need to do.
Yes.
So do mortgage pre-approvals affect your credit score?
They are going to affect your credit score, not a significant amount. And my advice would be to make sure that you're working with a trusted advisor, such as Finance of America Mortgage.
Absolutely.
And try to keep your inquiries at a minimum.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
Yes.
And does a pre-approval cost any money, out-of-pocket expenses?
It does not.
Okay.
It's a service that we're providing to the home buyer so that we can determine where they're at. And so,
Right.
there's absolutely no cost.
Exactly. So that's why we say there is absolutely no reason for you to not go and apply for your pre-approval with the mortgage lender.
Yep.
There's really no reason why you wouldn't.
No, that's what you should.
It makes the most sense.
It does.
You have to. So as I mentioned earlier, when you are beginning your home buying process, you always want to start with a strong, trustworthy real estate agent like myself and my business partner, Soumen Roy. We're with Keller Williams Premier. We have a very strong teamwork going with Finance of America. And if you're looking for that type of strong teamwork that can work for you in your best interest, call us today.
I couldn't agree with you more. Feel free to check out our website and give us a call.
Absolutely. All the information is going to be listed with this video as well for Keller Williams and Finance of America. You can contact either of us anytime that you would like, and we're here to help. Thank you so much for watching.